This is coal. Don't be afraid.
The
Don't be scared.
Treasurer knows the rule on crops.
By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty.
Well may we say, God save the Queen. Because nothing will save the Governor-General.
Mate, because I want to do you slowly. I want to do you slowly.
I believe we are in danger of being swamped by Asians.
But we will decide who comes to this country and the circumstances in which they come.
People are entitled to their sexual proclivities.
I will not be lectured about sexism and misogyny by this man. I will not.
The Australian public does not want to see this place descend into a political coliseum.
You sit down, Buffett.
Welcome to The Take. Hi, fancy meeting you here in this little place. I'm Tish, and this is The Take, aka Echo Echo. How you going? Because I'm going bad. I'm very sad today, and I want to talk about Israel's ongoing genocide against the Palestinian people. I saw a great interview with a doctor who's working on the ground in Gaza. Describe something that we're going to have a look at. And also Israel, for starters, the amount of people. So I'm going to go to a protest. Here's my sign. It's not finished yet. It's a war criminal burn book, and Benjamin Netanyahu, and then I've got some other pages there. Donald Trump, he is a pedo. Joe Biden, disgusting Zionist, and Albo, who's our Prime Minister, has blood on his hands. So that's, and on the back, it's going to have a link to the Gaza City Flower Fund. And I think my other message is going to be just like, it's enough. And that's how I feel today. It's like, it's fucking enough. Like, it's enough, Israel. They have murdered a record number of journalists. I think, what did I see? Kyle Kalinski's, I think it's over 200. And Kyle Kalinski of Secular Talk, amazing left-wing channel, very fully independent. He is only funded by Patreon and YouTube memberships. No, AdSense. That's it. He doesn't advertise anything. 237 journalists have been killed in this genocide. Why do you kill journalists? What do journalists do? They tell the story in the court case that follows this. So you got to get rid of them, right? And this is Kyle's, or maybe it was Chris Kunzler. Okay, so I've watched a couple of videos about Anas, and he had been reporting from Gaza the whole time. They are trying to smear him as being a member of Hamas, which is absolute bullshit, and anyone both sides in this needs to be fucking ashamed of themselves, and we never forget these people. Never forget the people who spoke for Israel during this, because there were people who slid when that was all said and done, and they were like, oh, let's just move on, hey? No the fuck not. And this has been the most lethal ever conflict, war, genocide for journalists ever. It's insanity. It's not insanity. It makes perfect sense for why they're doing it, but it's insanity that there is no solidarity from the media. Democracy dies in the dark. And it's fucking midnight. Like, it is just insane how they haven't got these journalists' backs. They are the only people who are able to report from Gaza on the ground. And his final message was very touching. He was born in a refugee camp. He's always been a prisoner. Like, and that's a common story. These people have been subjugated and imprisoned for entire lifetimes, for entire generations. It's like I said with my son, it's enough. It's enough. Because people don't like Muslims? How fucking insane is that? And they keep saying that the Muslims are the religious fundamentalists when the Israelis put Judaism in front of their, like, as their thing, right? Anais al-Sharif, and I'm at a school now and I teach students with that surname. And, you know, I was talking to one of my students today because she knows that I'm pro-Palestine, and she was having a look at some of my art, and we're talking about Palestinians speak Arabic, and she told me all the countries that speak Arabic, and I'm like, it was very sweet. And I just wish that there would be somebody else who could intervene and help these people with the common language. It's upsetting. We'll watch this piece from this doctor. His name is Tariq Lubani, yeah, who is currently working at Nasser Hospital in Gaza. He's Canadian, and I think that's where the journalists were staying. Like, it's not an accident. This was an assassination of this journalist. So he's not pediatrics. He just works generally, I think, what does it say that he is? Just a general physician, maybe? Emergency room physician. Yeah. He's been there for 3 months. So this is testimony. When I was listening to this, I'm like, this is for the war crimes court, which should after, because this is a witness. He's about to talk about who he looks after and the women and what they're doing.
Of course, there's a trans population in Gaza who are on all kinds of hormonal products that are also not available. So the shortages are severe and are drastic.
So he was talking about how there's just a general lack of there's no painkillers. What are they? Who is she? We don't know her. And that people think, oh, there's no one who's trans there. No, there are trans people there who usually have hormones, but they can't get those either. There's no dignity as far as feminine products. You know, people are using pieces of ripped up shirts as sanitary napkins and things like that. Sanitary. No such thing there. He said sometimes they have a glove day where there's no gloves, so he just uses one.
When a baby is born, the first thing that we try to do is to feed the mother as much as possible. Families, you see entire extended families pouring their resources and sacrificing their food for the mother so that the mother can produce breast milk. If the mother doesn't produce breast milk, there is a good chance that child is going to die because Israel does not allow baby formula into Gaza. And as I say the words out loud, I mean, it really hits me hard because we're talking about baby formula. You know, we as an organization brought in some baby formula in one of the bags and were able to get it in. And when we presented it to the Ministry of Health, it was like Christmas for them because there just isn't enough.
I walk past the formula in the supermarket and I can't not think about Gaza. I can't. That's all I can think of walking past all this. Just sitting there, ready to buy. No way to get it to Gaza because Israel is starving them on purpose. They are trying to kill them.
There was another doctor who tried to enter a couple of weeks ago, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and all of his baby formula was identified and taken. They saw it on the x-ray, and so they took it. And I won't discuss how we got our formula in, but suffice it to say, we learned some of the lessons from how they identified his formula and made some adjustments. So just think about this for a second. We're smuggling in baby formula like it's cocaine. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And so if a child has to be on baby formula, they will be malnourished because mothers have to water down the baby formula. They have to not give enough. They're trying their best to keep these children alive until either they can start taking in any kind of solid nutrition or until the situation changes. Now, in terms of what it looks like, in terms of dealing with babies, we see pregnant women who are the victims of bombings all the time. And I remember this one woman where she'd come in, the woman was dead, very, very dead. And the first thing we do when we see a woman that late term is we ask, when did she die? They said, well, it's only been about 5 minutes. So we put the ultrasound and saw this baby scrambling in there, but with a good heart rate. And it was obvious that this baby was going to die unless we did something. And so then the question began, do we have a little ventilator for the baby? And we didn't. Do we have the equipment to take this baby out? It's called a perimortem cesarean section. And we didn't. And so me, the other doctor, senior doctor at the moment, and the junior doctors, we stood around this woman and I had this knife in my hand. I was ready to go on this cut. And all we could really think is, to what? I think if we were even in a Gaza of 6 months ago, that baby would have been treatable. But on this particular day, we knew that if we tried to cut this baby out, we had no medicine to give it, no nutrition to give it. No, there's a special medication for the lungs that helps them operate in those first days when they're not yet ready to be born. We had none of that to give it. We had nothing. And so we watched with our ultrasound on this dead mother's belly, as that child's heart wound its way down and as its fight gave way to just death.
Horrific. Absolutely horrific. That's what Israel is doing. That's not Hamas. That is not anything else. That's fucking Israel is doing that. They do not have a right to defend themselves like that. What did that unborn child ever fucking do? There's nothing justifies that. Stick October 7th up your fucking ass for excuses. Honestly. We're done with that. Just horrific. And Australia needs to fucking stop this shit. The people don't want this. The people don't fucking want this. It's just rabid fucking Zionists and the money they give to politicians. There is no reason why Australia should be fucking involved in this at all. At fucking all. We don't have a big Jewish population. I've never even heard of birthright before this, situation about Israel. It's just unacceptable. And I think Australia is going to recognise Gaza, Palestine, but it's not enough, and it's come too late. Australia, we'll see what caveats they've put on it, because I've already seen in the Korea, which is here, and they've said, oh, Jewish leaders say this is terrible. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, exactly. Australia's decision. No Palestine. Are you going to recognise Palestine now that there's nothing there? No Palestine if world doesn't push for two-state solution with Israel. Fuck off, Penny Wong. A two-state solution doesn't work. It won't work. That was what they already fucking had. It needs to be completely dismantled. Fuck Penny Wong. You are complicit. There's blood on your hands. Blood on her hands. Blood on her hands. These two people, Anthony Albanese, Penny Wong, are fucking pathetic. And I hope they are prosecuted as war criminals, because they fucking are. I'm so angry because this is not in America they do this thing where they go, "This is not American. This doesn't represent us. We're not like this." Like any sort of like big acts of violence. It's like, uh, this is exactly American. This is exactly what you do. Australia sticks up for people who are down, and it's just pathetic. It's not enough. It's not enough. I'm sorry. It's not enough. Yeah. I would urge everybody to contact their local members of anything. There's going to be a march in Minjan or Brisbane. Okay, so there's a nationwide march for Palestine, and it's on the March to the Story Bridge. So I was editing this. Apparently, the march across the Story Bridge has been blocked, which is fucking outrageous. So a pro-Palestinian march across Brisbane Story Bridge would be unsafe and cannot go ahead, police have told organisers. The march, proposed for August 24th and expected to draw 7,000 people, would be the biggest ever march for the cause in Brisbane and comes after more than 100,000 pro-Palestinian supporters flocked to Sydney's Harbour Bridge earlier this month. But organisers revealed on Tuesday the group had been told by police to choose another location, which avoids the Story Bridge, citing safety concerns. Mediation between police and organisers began Tuesday, and organisers determined for the original plans to begin at Raymond Park and Kangaroo Point and end at Centenary Park in Fortitude Valley to go ahead. Our position is that we want to work with the police collaboratively to make it happen. Rima Naji, an organiser with the group Justice for Palestine in Brisbane. Rima's amazing. She ran for a seat. I don't think she won, but she's amazing. Yeah, so to be continued, I guess. Like that's the thing. I was at another march with them. They are respectful, so I hope we can. Hope we can. You can go ahead. It has to. Yeah, like there's no more sitting. There's no more sitting back. Okay, one thing, and I didn't say it before, that even though what that doctor said, Dr. Labani, was shocking and upsetting, he said that the Palestinian people are still fighting and they're still there. And he said that even though obviously there's death, especially with babies, that babies bring joy and their hope for the future. And I can see that. And I felt that because everything in their society is trying to make them go away and make them not exist anymore. And they can't do it. They keep going. And it is our duty to fight for them. It's a grim one, but it's necessary to bear witness. That is what the Holocaust historians have always, talked about. And I was thinking about it. This guy, this Dr. Labani. Imagine if we had the guy Elie Wiesel. So Elie Wiesel was one of the doctors at Auschwitz, and he worked under Mengele. Remembered? Okay, so he worked with Dr. Mengele at Auschwitz in horrific conditions. Imagine if we were able to get a live stream phone call into Auschwitz as it was happening. That's what the doctor is in the situation of. He's in Auschwitz on a phone call telling people what's happening. And it is important that we listen and we act. We can't just cry. Crying might make us feel better, feel more human. But then action needs to follow. Something has to happen. Yeah. It's a heavy one. And as I said, it's enough. It's fucking enough. All right, thanks for listening. Sorry it's so grim, but genocide. Who would have thought it would be a pretty grim topic to talk about? But it is. All right, thanks. I'll see you next time.